And thank you much. I almost took myself out on the little walkway back there. Good morning. I'm in Madrid, Spain, and today I return to the United States. I'm headed out to Houston, Texas. I'll be meeting up with Stan and the group in the airport in Houston. So we're all leaving Madrid today. I may have crossed paths with them out at the airport here in Madrid. I'm not sure. I think their plane leaves at a similar time. Anyway, but I've got a separate ticket, a separate airline. I just arrived back at the airport. Just stepped off the metro. Apparently there's a little confusion with my ticket. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but they asked me to check in at the ticket station when I did my pre-online check-in. So I gotta go find that and get that taken care of. I just spoke to a man at American Airlines, and he said to go ahead and proceed to the gate, that they just have a few questions to ask me. I have no idea what they want to know. Maybe they're curious about my YouTube videos. Maybe they want to know why I'm so tall. Maybe they're curious about my name. I have absolutely no idea. They have me out on the R14 gate, 22-minute walk. While I'm headed to the gate, I thought I would take a minute to talk a little bit about my philosophy on disappointment, because there's a tendency, I think, for me in my subconscious, my knee-jerk reaction, natural response, not being able to walk the Camino is to be disappointed, and sort of the way I deal with that. I'm sort of new to Buddhism. It's a set of philosophies that I'm still working on embracing. Some of them are easier than others, but they all revolve around acceptance of the current situation, acceptance of the past, and that's one of the big key things, I think. The core principles of Buddhism are called the Four Noble Truths, and they all revolve around accepting the situation and figuring out what causes suffering, sorrow, frustration. And basically, the four principles added up together really boil down to this. If you don't accept the situation you're in and you want it to be other than it is, you're going to suffer. So really the key is figuring out how to accept the current situation without a desire to change the way it is. One of the things that I learned several years ago on how to deal with a situation that is not exactly ideal or not going the way you expected is actually comes from what's called Stoic philosophy, philosopher Lucius Seneca, and he had a philosophy of turning something upside down. And United States, we have a saying, making lemonade out of a lemon, and that's basically what you're doing, is you're taking a situation that is not exactly ideal and you're making the best of it. That's what I've tried to do with this whole thing coming to Spain. Originally I was doing the Camino walk from Porto in Portugal all the way up to Santiago in Spain. That obviously didn't work out because of all of the pain in my hip and being unable to walk distances greater than about a mile. So what I decided to do is to go ahead and take the tickets, fly to Spain, and figure out something else to do. Try to find something that's really fun and interesting to do while I was here. So I began the trip by coming into Madrid and just sort of relaxing for a couple of days, and then my friend Nicole arrived. She lives in Germany, and we decided to go out and see a city, Toledo. So that was really fun to go out there and visit that city with her, spend 3-4 days, something like that there, enjoying the city. After Nicole left and went back to Germany, I had to decide what to do next. I found another small city, Segovia, near there, that looked really interesting for its amphitheater. I'll link that episode above. So I went out to Segovia and enjoyed a couple of days there. While I was there, I got this incredible offer that just sort of turned the whole trip in a whole new different direction. In Segovia, I was contacted by Tommy Danielson, who is the founder and organizer of the Megado event, this great event of frequent flyers that get together for 3 or 4 days, and they travel between 3 different cities and locations and do all this cool behind the scenes type stuff that frequent flyers would just love to do. And I was able to go and attend that, no obligation other than just do my regular vlog thing. which was great for me. It was win-win. I got some interesting material, got a fun experience, and had something to do during my time in Spain that was truly unique and quite special for me. I asked the agent if I could get an exit row seat for this particular flight, which is the transatlantic all the way over to Dallas. I think like 11 hours on the plane. They said a no-go. It has to be a paid upgrade. So I might be sitting on a regular seat for the entire flight. Once I get on the plane, I'm going to see if I can talk to one of the stewardesses and see if possibly they'll have sympathy and allow me to switch. I just arrived in Dallas and the flight was perfect, and I got upgraded in my seat at the very last minute to an exit row. I had already packed away my camera, so I didn't have a way to document that without digging back up in the baggage. I've got to go through security here and through passport, all that, and then get on my next flight to head over to Houston, where I should be able to hook up with Stan, Elizabeth, and thank you much. I almost took myself out on the little walkway back there. I'm through the passport control, just have to head out to my next gate. So whenever I'm in a situation that is uncomfortable, stressful, or I don't really see a good solution for, I really try to go back to that Stoic philosophy to try to make lemonade out of a lemon situation. I've done this many times in my life, and usually it turns out quite phenomenal in the results, and that's what happened with this trip to Spain. Originally I was going for the Camino, and I ended up being able to hang out with my friend Nicole and then getting the offer to go on the Megadoo thing. It was absolutely wonderful. I had such a good time. I made a whole bunch of new friends, got to see some new places, go back to Vienna and Brussels, two of my favorite cities, and to a new place I've never been to before. So anyway, the moral of this story is that you can really change things around if you just have a different outlook on life and try to look for some amazing experiences whenever you're experiencing some tough trials or difficult situations. I'm gonna head out to my gate now. It's B28. I've got to take a little shuttle to get out there. Looks like we have a pretty small flight here and a small plane. Maybe no more than 70 people are waiting in line. I'm calling my group now. That was truly a fun flight on a small plane. Really enjoyed that. Great view out the window, short duration, excellent legroom. Just doesn't get any better than that. Although they didn't serve a big meal, that would have been nice, but oh well. I've got about a 2-hour wait before meeting up with Stan and Elizabeth, and then Rachel is coming up to meet us at the curb. I've been doing a little bit of work online while I'm waiting here 2 hours for Stan and Elizabeth to show up. For those of you who don't know who Stan is, if you look back to episodes from January and February, I stayed with Stan. Stan is my long-term client. He's been a client for about 26, 27 years for my graphic design company, and over that time we've become very good friends. Anyway, so I stayed with him when I came back to the United States, and in March when I had my surgery for my intestines, I stayed with Stan and he took care of me. So right now my legal residence in the United States is at Stan's house. I'm renting a room there. Although I'm not there most of the year, that's my driver's license. It's at Stan's place. Anyway, gonna go meet Stan. Elizabeth is a friend of Stan's from the hiking group who I met when I was staying with Stan. So anyway, that's 2 people out of our group from the Camino walk in Spain, which I did not attend. Originally I was planning on walking with that group. Sometimes I'm really happy that I have a 25-liter bag. I don't have to do any baggage claim picking up these bags. It's very, very nice. I think they're on Carousel 4.
7 gray.
Mr. Stan.
Good
Wonderful to see you. You made it. And your feet are still intact.
Look at that. Festive socks. Oh, she must be...
We've lost Elizabeth. We found Elizabeth. Now we just have to find a ride, find Rachel. She should be somewhere around here to pick us up. Arrived at Stan's house, extremely tired. That's all I have for this episode. Thank you for watching. Savor the moment. See you next episode.